Hey, what's up guys? Hardleg Joe's hands here, and also the rest of me. Oh. And we're here on Twitch chat's also here. I should point up at them. They're doing some pretty cool stuff. We got something. I just got a little bit of sub hype. Got a little bit of that sub hype. And yes, we're here doing the What a Deck Retrospective. I've done this every year so far. I think this is the 4th year. Normally the timing's kind of switched off. I have the last one. The last one was 2017, 2018. I used to do them to celebrate sort of the anniversary of when I started What a Deck, and now I'm slowly switching more to just having it be about the year. I wanted to do just all the decks from 2019, look back, sort of talk about what could be changed about them. You guys are dropping more sub hype. I'm trying to do the video. Oh, you just want to be on YouTube, don't you? You just being a bunch of YouTube goofballs. By the way, if you ever want to come to one of these streams and perhaps be on YouTube, Arjan, you can come down to twitch.tv/hardleggaming. Current schedule every Tuesday and Thursday. Sometimes I do random streams. Other than that, you can just check it out. Have all the fun. But yeah, I have a retrospective. Specifically because if you're unfamiliar with the What a Deck, or you just don't know my philosophy about it, the whole point is to make decks that can last the test of time. I don't play stuff that's meta. I don't play stuff that I think is going to get banned in the future. Specifically because I want to have decks that, like, a year from now you could still kind of use as a base. They aren't founded on, like I won't use Jet Synchron on anything in 2020. Because I don't want to have a deck that's founded on something that's going to be banned in like 6 months. So what we're going to do is look back at all the decks from 2019, as well as all the decks from 2018 that I missed. This last video ended on Anti-Meta Spirits, the 156th episode. So we're going to start with 157, Harpy Stun, and we're going to move up through all the decks that I've done in 2019. And we're going to look at them, we're going to see what's banned, what's been changed, and we're going to talk about, like, is this deck build still relevant? Could it be used for anything? Should it just be start over? Or does it still sort of have a chance? Like, what the archetype in just a fun little thing to fill in some time, talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Here on Twitch, with all my cool cats. You get that? That's the sub logo. Can I get some cats in the chat? Cats in the chat? Let me see them! Show me! It just works out I love cats in the chat. It's just one of the few things. I still need to think of better stuff for my other emotes. If anyone's curious on YouTube, I've got the Rabu based off the Yugi Poop. You could be special like Rabu. And I have the best. If you're the best is a Foo Fighters reference. It probably should be something related to my channel now that I think about it. But either way, let's go ahead and jump into this. Someone said something about this. Looking at Harpy Stun. Let's hear what I sounded like back in May of 2018. For our monster lineup, we're playing 1 Harpy's Pet Dragon, 3 Harpy Queen, so boring. 3 Harpy Harpist. Just reading it off, no attempt to do a rap, no attempt to, like, make it interesting or funny or whatever, just going over everything. Very boring. I'm glad I changed from that. Okay, so let's take a good look at this. Harpies have gotten a lot different. And we don't have, I'm pretty sure this was based off Galaxy Tomahawk, which we don't have, and also Nightmare Goblin, which we don't have. But yeah, I think a lot of it, Barrier Statue, still a good card. Harpy's Featherstorm, that just negates all monsters for a turn, still pretty good. Oh hey, MBT, how's it going? Did you want to join in on this? You want to be a special guest? We're looking back at all my What a Decks over the past year or so. People said I should use a co-host. I didn't think anyone would want to. Oh, I'm on a walk. Okay. Well, let me know if you want to. I'll probably still be doing this when you get back. We'll see. Although it might be weird to come in halfway through. If he says yes, do we wait for him? No, I've got to get... Unfortunately, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I don't have a What a Deck for next week, and I need some filler content. Welcome to filler. But yeah, as people are pointing out, I also have 3 terraforming for the 2 Harpies Feathered, or the 2 Harpies Hunting Ground and the 1 Mist Valley. The Mist Valley field spell is still at 1, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if you would really use terraforming just to get Harpy's hunting ground. I think they have a new monster that summons it. 3 strikes with 3 judgment. Yeah, not even sure if you would play Icarus attack these days. A lot. Yeah, this is one. Just throw it out. Just throw it completely out. My Harpy deck is they've added so much stuff to Harpies. There's so much more they can do that this isn't even relevant anymore. Already I'm failing. And I've also included cards that are banned. I think this is like an excuse because I know it was right after the Spirit one. So it's like, I know Galaxy Tomahawk's going to be banned, but I'm going to do something with it before it is. Some Morg Link? Yes. Okay, Clardian Slot Machine. June of 2018.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you.
Still boring. Probably about the same. I can't. Cardians, they got a new monster, didn't they? I think they've got a new monster and add that in, but it's just Cardians. You play, what's the name of that game? Hanafuda? You play Hanafuda. If anything, it's funny because you don't need links anymore. I put Firewall Dragon in there. That I should notice. I have Firewall Dragon in a lot of these deck profiles. I never had combos based around Firewall Dragon. I just put it in because it was like the only link for at the time. And it could be made with like 2+ monsters. So, yeah, that doesn't count because the deck wasn't... You could replace that with literally anything and it's good. Yeah, Cardians themselves, probably not good in this day and age. I don't think that having, like, Light Flare or 5 lights... 5 lights. I don't think 5 lights plus the other one is really gonna win you any games these days, but you could still play them. They'd probably work about as well as they used to. Probably better now that you don't need links. So, there's that. Not much to say about them. Let's go ahead on to Vampire Control, which never really took off. No one really tried to play the control version of Vampire.
What a profile for episode 159, Vampire Control.
I used to say the name of the episode every time. Sub-hype. Hey, thank you, Canis Games TV. First, no banned card. Yep, not a single banned card in here. If I recall, this worked pretty well. I don't know what the win ratio is. I could probably look at the regular ones. It's got more views than normal. But yeah, it was focused mostly around just like abusing the counter trap, searching the hell out of it, summoning stuff from the deck, stealing monsters. Maybe you could put Baller Drock in here? I don't think it would be as good these days. I mean, I had Switcheroo too. That was pretty neat. But I don't think it would be that as good these days to have like counter trap plus I used to make a decode talker. So you could stop targeting, you could counter trap, and then you had something to protect you from battle. It's not a bad build, but it's probably a little outdated. But you could definitely use this as a base to build like modern vampires. Just add in some more generic zombie support probably. Jackabulin probably. Yeah, I'd assume so. Final count 7 out of 3. Thank you, Gemini. So yeah, this did pretty good, and I like the sleeves. I rate the sleeves. Sleeves are like a solid 7 out of 10, maybe even an 8 out of 10. So yeah, not much to say about those. Pretty decent. Odd Eyes Beatdown. I think I have another newer
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What Deck profile for episode 160, Odd Eyes Beatdown.
Yeah, I forget if that was in 2019 or 2020. Either way, my build wasn't too much different. There's some new Odd Eyes stuff. Some better links and everything. Electromite's banned. Or no, Electromite is Electromite banned or yeah, Electromite's banned. I forgot about that. 9-1 or 11-1, something like that. Rip Electromite. Yeah, so no Electromite, but this is still. I mean, just look at the other one. It's decent, but there's a better version already. And Rip 3 terraforming, yeah, I suppose so. Mech Knight Mind Games.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What Deck profile for episode...
Oh my, I used Ground Collapse? I made a deck that used Ground Collapse. I did not remember that. The best What a Deck. Card of Demise and Into the Void, both limited. Yeah, this was that weird... It was like Go First Mech Knights. The entire point was to like discard all the Mech Knights and then just summon them back with the one like World Legacy card and Back to the Front so that you could block off your opponent's stuff. Like you block off 2 of the zones and then you summon this back with like the trap, which you could search the trap too. Okay, now I'm remembering this. This wasn't as bad as I thought. It's still won 8 out of 2. It's Go First Mech Knights. I think there might be some. Maybe I should try this again. I don't know. I've been ignoring Mech Knights because there's a not meta deck, like a rogue deck for Mech Knights at the moment. So I've been kind of ignoring them. But I think Go First Mech Knights might be able to get some views. People might be really interested. Yeah, Mech Knight Invoked maybe. Go First Mech Knight Control. There's definitely an idea worth exploring there. Maybe you could do like a smoke screen and go from one to the other, like a conversion side deck. Yeah, not terrible. Definitely, I mean, it has mind games in the title. You know it's not serious. It's not like the best deck, but it's funny. For hire. I know you can make like.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you.
So with Halka Fibrax, you can make this a little bit better. Otherwise, and I know they have a duck now. They have a duck game. But other than that, what really good? It's for hire. It's a very, very linear deck. You do the same kind of plays. Are any of them tuners? I think one of them is. I forget, or you could just put some tuners in. Oh yeah, instant fusion to 1. Yeah, but we barely really needed that. Just put like 2 tuners in. Actually, just replace the instant fusion altogether. Put a couple tuners in so that you could special summon and then Hulk and then you could go into thing. Fulgo requires 3 materials. I thought there was some combo where you could do stuff. I guess not. Either way, it's easy to put Flare Resonator. Put something that can special summon itself. And then, because that's really all the instant fusion was just like getting something so that you could have 3 monsters to Fulgo. Because Fulgo requires 3 monsters, including a for hire. Jester Comfit, sure, why not? And probably update the extra deck a little bit. Maybe more side deck cards. Fun fact, what was it? The MST, a lot of people didn't understand that. Like, why would you play MST? Fulgo lets you draw cards whenever a card of your opponent is destroyed. So just having something that you don't have to discard because, you know, your big monsters require you to discard to negate. So having something to just be like, bam, destroy, draw 3. Hey, how's it going? Noble Knights 2018.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 163. The
Still
Noble
saying
Knights.
the episode, jeez. So official, so boring. Why would I? Yeah. Throw this out entirely. Just start over. Just, why would you even need... They've gotten so much support, they're an entirely different deck now. There's Infernobles, there's the fire stuff, there's the new Siegfried, Gearfried, whatever. Goblinberg, yeah. This one was arguably outdated when it came out. Nothing's banned, I don't think. Looking over it. Summon Sorceress, but again, I didn't really use her. She's the same as the Firewall. I put her in a bunch of decks that could make her, and I don't even remember what she does because I've made her so few times. It's like vampires versus old school vampires, just an entirely different play style. Yeah, so just start over there. Not good. Crystron Advantage. I've made a new Crystron deck.
What's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 164.
You know, this is my most popular video that doesn't have Rada or Jimbles in it. Not this profile, but the main video has like, I think 100,000 views or something. Very, very popular. I don't know why. Put 5 needle fiber in there. Yeah, Halka Fibrax. But yeah, this one's completely outdone. I've made a new one since then. Look at that one. This one doesn't matter. Moving on. Crusadia. I think I've made... No, the Crusadia was 2020.
Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck
191,000 views, yeah. People like seeing Chris. They like that one in particular. That's the one where the thumbnail has Citri holding Trish on like a leather leash. I guess people just like the Yu-Gi-Oh! BDSM, you know what I'm saying? Comment down in the comments. You like being tied up from time to time? But yeah, Crusadia, I've made a newer version of this, and the newer version is like barely different from this version. Crusadias are one of those decks that just like, without activating hardly any monster effects, can just attack you for like 10,000. Slumber's at 3 now. Yeah, it's arguably more powerful. So yeah, I think they'll be good for, they'll be a decent rogue option for a while, or at least a good casual option. Yeah, the other Crusadia deck is January 2020. Yeah, Lightning Storm, Abramax. It just got improvements, but the basic core is pretty much the same. I don't think I play Lance anymore. I don't think you really need Lance, but you could play it if you want to. I mean, why not? Let's go Lair of Diabolos Turbo. Man, remember when Lair of Darkness was like the most broken
Hardleg
shit?
Joe here, coming at you with the what?
Or it always felt, it was never good, but it always felt like you were getting completely stomped and it was unfair. It was one of those decks that, like, I think it had a chance to do more rogue and people just didn't have fun playing with it. There's just something about tributing your opponent's stuff and sitting on a field spell that's just not very fun. When was Lair the most broken stuff? Right when it first came. Yeah, you get 1 Armageddon Knight, no Destrudo. Yeah, definitely you could do better than this. Juraghetto's probably not a very good option in this. That's banned. 2 of those are banned. A lot of these cards are not great. I don't know why I was playing Rush Recklessly. You could search Torrential Tribute now, and they've got that other new tribute. So yeah, just start over with this. Start over if you want to do this. Trap Trick, yeah, Trap Trick could help. Why is there a Juraghetto? I can like tribute monsters, I think, or contribute itself or something like that. I forget, I had a reason for it. I just don't remember. I wonder if I could find it in here real quick.
In either case, it can allow you to do some combos that'll let you get a lot of damage on board.
Oh yeah, that was why. You could do this thing where, like, if Diabolos was in the grave, or like normal summon something, go to battle phase, summon Juraghetto, attack with it, then tribute it off to give your other monster like 1,000 attack, and that would summon Diabolos out of the grave. So you'd get like 1,700 plus 2,400 plus 3,000. Not quite an OTK, but you could do a lot of damage. It was just a really weird kind of wonky combo, but it did work. 2 Torrential Tribute, yeah. But yeah, I don't think Trap Trick was out back then, or I thought it was going to be banned because I'm like, it searches every trap in the game. But no, even traps are just power crept. So yeah, not the best, definitely funny, perhaps. Add Gizmecharochi, add Metaverse. Yeah, you're good. We're set. If you want to make a goofy version of Lair of Diabolos, go for it. Galaxy Photon
Hey, what's up, guys?
Stun.
Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the what?
This is another deck that's got like a whole bunch of support. It's got like Glow Wave Dragon or whatever it is that like allows you to attack for like 140,000 damage or something crazy. Light Ray Greffer. Okay, yeah, that now I remember. There were other Galaxy Photon monsters. There's that one, what's it, Thrasher? Where it's like, you can special summon it, but if you control a monster, it's just dead in hand. This had like the flexibility going first that you could normal summon it, and it was a light monster. And it could discard a level 5 or higher, which could get stuff in the graveyard to set up combos. So it was just a combo piece. I think there's better stuff. You don't have to run that now. You probably didn't have to run it back then. This is a do-over. Soul Charge. There's a lot better stuff. There's a lot newer stuff. I think the basic idea, though, you can kind of get, like, what we're trying to do from that. But yeah, mostly want to start over. But if you just wanted to know, like, the basics of, like, what Galaxy Photons can do, maybe check out this one. It's just a little outdated. Ghost Trick Mill. Am I still saying the episode names?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 168.
Yep, 168, still saying the numbers. Well, we've got the spell that does this, but better now, the Pot of Avarice, so there's no reason to play that. I think I've made a better one in 2019, so yeah, there's not really a whole lot of reason to look at this. Probably don't want to have this. Yeah, we'll just look at the other one. And I guess the other terraforming. I forgot the terraforming went to 2 for a while. Buffed by Master Rule 5 slightly. Have you ever played UA? Yes, I have. It's been a while, though. Phantom Knights and Friends? This one's completely dead. If I recall, this is just like, yeah, you're playing the Rusty Bardiche, which is gone. It doesn't have any of the new stuff. Playing a bunch of dangers in here. I think Jackalope is one of the ones. Jackalope's limited, right? Jack and Snail. Okay, so these two are both limited. Yeah, this was just, yeah, don't use this for a Phantom Knight deck. They're better Phantom Knight decks. You could definitely. There's a total revamp of this deck. It was mostly around Rusty Bardiche, who's banned now. How do I go? Okay, there we go. November of 2018.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 170, Orcus Control.
Oh my, oh my. To be fair, this is one of the few times that, like, I kind of predicted something. Because I played Orcust before they had Orchestrated Nightmare. Before they had their Counter Trap. Before they had Dingirsu or Girsu. And, of course, before the Dark Warrior engine was completely banned. And I was like, man, these are pretty good. If they got, like, a Counter Trap, they might be meta. And they got more than a Counter Trap. And they got a Counter Trap, and then they got an Ixie that could be summoned on top of a Link, with which no one ever would have seen coming. Gumblar Dragon, Harp Horror, Dark Grepher, Armageddon Knight. Like, the number of banned things in here is just, like, crazy. Don't play either of these traps. Don't play the Continuous Spell. Don't play TG Warwolf. Probably don't want to play yeah, there's just a million better ways to play Orcus. But if you wanted to see, like, how you could build them before they got their new support, well, there's that. I'm not sure why you would want to, but there we go. Alright, what's after that? Invoked Mosh Pit.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I had to make
Joe here,
Invoked.
coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 171.
This is just Mech Knight Invoked. Well, very small Mech Knights, and then a whole bunch of hand traps and kaijus. Oh, yeah, I remember now. This was basically the hand trap Invoked variant for a while. This was at, like, the height of, like, Firewall Dragon shenanigans, where people were basically like, just play every hand trap. Every deck needs every hand trap. Just go into it like crazy. Star Eater? Yeah, it's because you could, if you got either of the level 10s, you could normal summon your Effect Veiler and make Star Eater, and it has slightly more attack. Hasty Hair? It's a free summon. It's a free summon, so you could go into Invoker of Madness. It's a wind. I wanted to play one of every attribute because the Raijin used to be good back then. Somewhat. Was this before Secure Gardna? Yeah. I'm almost entirely sure it was before Secure Gardna. I don't remember hearing about that combo until like 2019, and this is still 2018. Granted, December of 18. This was before Al Mirage, yeah. Pankratops at 3. So take out 2 Pankratops, take out 1 Terraforming, put in 2 a Kaiju Slumber, and 1 more hand trap of your choice. Change out the extra deck a little bit. You probably don't need, you could probably put more links in there. I put Synchros because I had all these tuners and I wanted to kind of use them. Replace Pankratops with Nibiru. Yeah, that'd probably be a better Earth monster. A decent frame, but you'd probably want to switch things around. But I think Invoked, Hand Trap Invoked could still be a pretty decent thing. We just need the right meta. Nibiru is a light, but it's a big rock. Discount Hand Trap Warehouse? Yeah. This is just every hand trap. I even got Surveus, the Ancient and Ascended in here. But yeah, decent idea, needs updating. Nothing important was banned. 8 out of 10. Christmas! Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 171, Christmas Gifts 2018.
Oh, it just
For our
warms
monster
my
lineup,
heart.
we have 1,
Yeah, this is one of my more popular decks too, I believe. Let me look at the full episode. One of the Christmas decks took off. I'm not sure which one it is. No, it's not this one. It's not 2018. Yeah, it's 2016. The first Christmas episode.
Hello and welcome to What a Deck, where we
You can tell the audio is noticeably worse and it's cropped weird. But for some reason, this one has 124,000. This one, 4,000. I don't understand YouTube. That's just how it is. 6 and 4, yeah, the meme deck. A lot of people surrender to the Christmas deck because it's such a meme. And 90 dislikes, yeah, my more popular videos tend to have a lot of dislikes. People feel tricked. They didn't want what they got. A Christmas miracle. But yeah, this is a joke deck. It's a meme deck. It doesn't need updating. Play it exactly as it is. More Christmas stuff. And now we're finally into 2019. Wow, this is taking longer than I thought.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile.
What do we got here? Still playing Call of the Mummy. Call of the Mummy, ladies and gentlemen. Call of the Mummy. Call of the Mummy. Take Call of the Mummy out. Gold Sark is at 1. I don't think you really need Gold Sark in this version. I'm trying to remember. I can't believe I played, this guy. Oh, what's that called? I can't remember. I want to call it Garbage Dragon, but I know that's not it. Orbital Hydrolander. Why did I think it was called Garbage Dragon? But yeah. Mayakashi have a lot of new cards. Zombies have a lot of new cards. Don't play Orbital Hydrolander. Don't play hardly any of this. Book of Life, no. No. I know enough about zombies. I think I played Shiranui's like 3 episodes later, and I realized then that this was a terrible idea. Combine with Eldritch for a better deck. I mean, or just play Eldritch. If you're going to play Eldritch, probably just play Eldritch. That's Scrap Dragon, not Garbage, yeah. It probably still works, but yeah. Pure Fire Fist! The deck no one expected to get more support.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What
I still say the episode number?
147, Pure Fire.
Pure Fire Fist. Yep, they got all new support. Just start over. I actually built an upgraded version of Fire Fists, and I didn't like the way it played, so I never actually ended up doing it. They can do some neat things. The problem is they could put on like 3 or 4 negates, but it takes like a combo that summons like a quarter of your deck, or that uses like a quarter of your deck or half your deck or something. And they could go second, but it's not nearly as impressive. Yeah, just get Tri-Brigade and Fire Fist or something, I don't know. Summon Source. Again, we're not counting Summon Source or Firewall. I just put that in till whatever. Nothing other than those, which don't count. Nothing's banned. So you could still play this. And I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. They just got all new support. Element Saber!
Hey,
famously,
Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck 1 Mala.
This deck went, this was the first undefeated What a Deck. Thank you, Gemini. Yes, 10-0. Perfect as 100. Is. Except for, you gotta get rid of a terraforming, and you gotta get rid of 2 metaverse. The field spell's just too powerful. I'm not sure what you would play instead of that. Honestly, with how important the field spell is, and with the fact that you mostly want to end on, what was his name again?
Phosphorades, the Elemental Lord.
Yeah. La Pulia Mana. With how important this is, and because you special summon it, I would almost say put Planet Pathfinder in here. Because you could normal summon it, and then get this out. And then do other stuff. How did it get perfect again? Well, the thing is, you have this, where you say your monsters can't be destroyed, or targeted, and then you get like Book of Moon, or negate spell traps on the field, and then you just add more stuff, and then this defends it. It's a pretty simple deck. Pretty good. You could still, again, you'd maybe Planet Pathfinder, maybe just generic draw power. Although you've already got the Pot of Extravagance, so I'm not really sure. Because you can't really, I don't know, would Magician, no, Magician Souls wouldn't help this out really, because you don't really benefit from having spell traps destroyed. Like I said, I think you could take out 1, 2, 3, put in 3 Planet Pathfinder. It would be decent. Although making a monster, this was right before Dingirsu. So the fact that you had a monster that couldn't be targeted or destroyed meant it was pretty brutal. Now that you have Dingirsu, like, everyone has a way to get rid of, like, to non-targeting get rid of stuff. That and, like, Adamancipators can get rid of this pretty easily. Definitely wouldn't go 10-0 now, but it'd still probably work. If they ever got new support, I'd play them again. But as it stands, I would just play the same deck again, but with Planet Pathfinder, which wouldn't be as good. They need a link that searches the field spell, exactly. Can I get some link that searches the field spell down in the chat? Or down in the comments and up in the chat. Let's link the two. And search the field spell. Yep, still doing the episode numbers. I felt like I've stopped doing that for a while. So let's look at the Shiranui deck. I'm not playing Call of the Mummy. I'm not playing Book of Life. So I think that's a better sign. I don't have, what's it called? Gold Sark. Is anything banned in here? I don't think it is. Yeah, so this is completely unbanned. You could probably do better than this, but I'm not sure exactly what without turning it into, like, Ballardrock Turbo. Yeah, I had Ballardrock, I had Ballardrock Turbo and I decided not to play that. So without making it Ballardrock Turbo, I'm not sure what you could do. I'm sure there is a better way. I know they've made like 1 or 2 new Shiranui support cards. But this still should be decent. Went 6 and 5. I played 11 with this. Add an SS code talker. Yeah, probably. Ash is at 2? In the OCG, maybe. Not in the TCG. But yeah, overall, decent. If you wanted to start a new Shiranui deck, nothing's banned on it. You could still play it. You're probably better off playing Ballardrock Turbo, though. Fun casual deck. Ultimate Wind-Ups.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 177.
Wow.
Ultimate Wind-Up.
Yeah, because the Wind-Ups could make World Regalia Demiurgy. Because you could make the monsters level 5 and they were all different types and attributes. I don't know, I had a face. I do. Hello. How's it going? Surprise. Yeah, you could do some other neat things. You could link climb with this fairly easily. You'd have to take out the two instant fusion, but that would just make it a 40 card deck. Might still have some potential. I might have to come back to wind-ups. Maybe if they ever let any of the wind-up stuff off the ban list. And 2 mind controls. Oh, the mind control too. I forgot. Yeah, I'll have to remove those. Maybe another one of these. We could figure something out. None of that is like core to the deck. I think the only thing close would be the instant fusions, because they helped you get like level 5 or higher monsters with different types or attributes. But I feel like there's probably some in the game that just special summon themselves. Maybe some level 9s or something you could take advantage of. There's got to be more stuff you could use that would help you make Demiurgy. And Demiurgy is still pretty nice. Unaffected by monster effects. During the main phase, you can destroy all cards on the field. If your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck, you could summon a World Legacy. And then you get that. I mean, with more World Legacy support, some of that might fit in there. I've never seen someone run Beauregard. Yeah, because it destroys all other cards on the field, so it includes your stuff, but Beauregard can't be destroyed by card effects. So you make this and Beauregard, and then you're attacking for 6,500 every turn. It's pretty neat, and if your opponent special summons, you get something that can negate monster effects. Replace Mind Control with 3 tactical talents. Might work. Pretty decent, though. Still pretty good. Oh boy. Infinitrax.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at...
This is a deck that's changed a lot. This is quite different. I still think that having at least one Machina Fortress is good in this deck, getting stuff into the graveyard. But yeah, I think you just want to start over because the Machina Infinitrack trains. Yeah, Toy Knight. I forget what Toy Knight even does. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this from your hand. Okay. So yeah, it was an Earth machine that you could special summon from your hand, going second deck. Not too bad, actually. It is a Lego. You wouldn't use it in the modern deck because I think you have enough like level 10s and stuff that you could special summon these days. Not to mention the new Machina support and stuff. But at the time, I don't think this was a terrible choice. Kind of weird, but it still had a thing. And yeah, nothing banned? No. Nothing banned yet. I mean, VFD might be banned in the future, who could say? But for the moment, you're pretty good. You just wouldn't want to play this version of the deck because it's outdated, but you could play it if you wanted to.
Hey, what's up guys? Hardleg Joe here, coming at you with the What a Deck profile for episode 179, Mind Games 3. For our monster lineup, we have the 4 limbs of Exodia, one big ball, Matt, the ultimate hand trap, the best artifact.
So I think this is when I started, like, instead of saying the names, I'm curious to see if I continue that for the next one. But yeah, Mind Games deck, it's perfect, still undefeated, no need to change a thing. Why would you? Pure Metaphys. One of my favorite
Hey, what's
decks.
up guys? Hardleg Joe here with the What a Deck profile for episode 180, Pure Metaphys. Going over our monster lineup, we're playing 2 Metaphys Arm Dragon and 3 each of Metaphys Tyrant Dragon.
Nope, I'm still saying the full names and the numbers. Sadness. Still pretty decent, I believe. Nothing banned for sure. You could add back another Necroface if you wanted to. That might help the deck a little bit. Still work, yeah. It still works. It's still Metaphys. It's just being able to inconsistently ban. I mean, you could still banish the whole field.
Nephthys.
Daedalus is still a good thing. It's just getting Daedalus to activate. If they got some more support, something I could do with them, I would probably throw them in. But they haven't gotten any new support recently. But they're one of my more favorite decks to play. I love that they're like, oh, the standby phase begins? Time for my turn to truly start. It's always fun to play not during your turn. Dimension Shifter at 3? Yeah, probably. I don't know, it's only good first turn, and this isn't good at, like, ending games first turn. Sad Nephthys noises. Yeah, you can still play it, though. I think that's the thing, though, is, like, if I have a deck that you have it, and it's just like, yep, that's really close to what you would play today with maybe hardly any tweaks, maybe one new card added in, I'm probably not going to play it again anytime soon. We've got to wait until we get more support for it to make it worth it. Oh boy. Yep, this is, well, you can't play Tiger, which means most of these Ixies can't be played. Yeah, definitely Summon Sorceress doesn't count. I mean, I guess the idea's still kind of there. Mine was always kind of a fusion version anyway. Or more fusion-centric. You just had to make links along with the fusions and stuff. But you ended by fusing. I don't know, but you'd have to completely restart because Tiger was so important to the deck. How to replace Tiger? You can't. You can't even Pendulum Summon. Yeah, you still use Wolf. You just gotta find a way to get more. You can still kind of link climb, just not as good as you used to be able to. Put in Tri-Brigade, why not? Yeah. This is one of those, like, you know, Lunalight Tiger died for the sins of Azathoth, I guess. I forget what deck it was, but yeah, Lunalight Tiger was just nutty. Too many things too fast for Master Rule 5. Yeah, who even needs links? Just do other stuff. Man, just every other deck
Hey, what's
is
up
just
guys?
like...
Hardleg Joe here with the profile for my Red Dragon Archfiend Turbo deck. For a monster lineup...
I didn't say the number! Finally, I realized there was no point to doing that. Playing a Red Dragon Archfiend mirror. Yeah. I remember the replay for this because I kept using Ancient Leaf and I kept playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yugi sound clip like, now I activate my Pot of Greed! 4 and 6, yeah. Super outdated. They got a lot of new stuff. A lot of these traps you probably wouldn't want to play these days. I'm not sure. You probably want to just make a deck based entirely around the other thing. You don't need to run this. You don't need to run a lot of these tuners. You don't need to run Manhunt, that's for sure. This deck got a ton of support. So Red Eyes just completely changed. You could probably still run Ancient Leaf in the new version, though. Because I'm pretty sure you still run Red Resonator, if I'm not mistaken. Red Resonator, an easy way to start with 10,000 life points. Supernova is kind of cringe. It's pretty brutal. Ancient Leaf. Speedroids.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here with the profile.
Man, I never remember how much I played that Symphonic Warrior engine. There's a lot of those. Redoing Resonators? Probably. Once we get the new Synchro. The Red Supernova, we'll see. But yeah, this looks about on par with stuff. I don't think that Speedroids have gotten a whole lot of new stuff. I still contend that Kite Drake is, like, underappreciated. A lot of people always want to make a Crystal Wing when they can, but if you have the ability, if you have a Wind Tuner, and you can make the thing that, like, wipes the field or negates all face-up cards on the field, like, definitely go for it. But yeah, let's see, there's nothing banned, I believe. Yeah. So you're all good. You could add an Appaloosa now. Because you could make that pretty good because it's a wind monster. In fact, Speedroids might be worth checking out again. Who could say? They might die to Nibiru because they're pretty combo heavy, but might have a chance. Pretty decent Speedroid deck. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for Speedroids, I'd say. Drag Unity? Yeah, they're probably better. Wind Witches, who needs them? Ojama ABC.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hardleg Joe here with the profile for my Ojama ABC
I think I
deck.
started the new
For
names
our monster
here.
lineup, we have 2 each of Ojama Puke, Piss, and Bile, 1 each of A, B, and C, 1 Confused Little Dragon, 3 of Ojama Blood, and 3 of Ojama Blood. For spells, we have 3 Terrifying Operations, 1 Miracle, 3 Ojama
Magic. Pretty decent. I gotta get rid of a Terraforming. Then you go to 40 cards. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Is that it? Yeah. Just get that and you're still... Oh, I guess one ABC. Take out an ABC, put in another Link 4, probably a better one. Still work about... I mean, it's Ojama's. It was never good in the first place, but it does work. You can play it. Okay, back. Welcome back, MBT. Are you back to watch, or did you want to join and mock my old decks with me? I will gladly mock. All right, let me get my headset.
All right, what are we looking at here?
Okay.
The first one I'm seeing is Ojama ABC.
Yeah. So we're looking back at the old, basically everything I made in 2019, and we're judging it on would it hold up today. And how much, because I'm not sure if you're familiar, when I go into the What a Deck, I specifically try to make my builds so that they can last at least a year. I don't include stuff that I think might be banned in the future.
So I am familiar with that, and you did a great job here. Ojama ABC was a really fun deck that was historically carried by how absolutely fucking broken Ancient Fairy Dragon was, which I notice is absent from this list.
Yeah, I had actually never seen the Ancient Fairy Dragon version.
Oh, it was fantastic. You would cycle there were long involved combos that all but guaranteed Ojama stuff would actually happen over the course of a game. But it literally cannot compete without that card. I gotta say, this is a different take on it. Usually when you see Ojama ABC, it's ABC with Ojama. This is Ojama with ABC.
With just a little ABC teched in.
It's just a little sprinkle.
Well, I think this was before Infinite Impermanence, or when it was like brand new or something. it was a lot easier back then to resolve like an Ojama red. And if you could get 4 monsters on the field and then make Saryuya and then activate the Ojama spell to get ABC, like that was a pretty decent board. And if you could Ojama Delta Hurricane along the way, even better. But
that is a Hardleg exclusive, the Ojama Delta Hurricane.
Well, it's so easy with like all the search cards and everything to get to Ojama Magic and just have all 3 of the vanillas plus red, and then you just Delta Hurricane or whatever.
The problem with Ojama ABC is that it's one of those decks where all the individual cards are insanely broken, but in practice it just never comes together. Like Ojama Red is an just objectively insane card. Ojama Party in any game that lasts 2 turns is like, oh my god, I went +7. It's great.
Plus everything. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just...
But then, you know, you run into Imperm and you lose.
That was the thing, is like, I think I remember saying in this deck that if you can make it to turn 3, you can usually pull out a win. Especially if you've got like Ojama Party. It's just surviving that long. And even in 1 year, the chances of you surviving turn 1 on like a set pass has just like gone down significantly from what it used to be. So
there's a slower alt format I play occasionally called Trinity. They had to ban Ojama Party. It is that good in slower formats.
Sometimes I wonder, just sort of like, you know, if I want to play GOAT format, but just like with modern Ojama support.
Oh yeah, like they're the only ones who get it.
Yeah. Them, or just like pick like 5 decks that like, yeah, you could take their support and they might be broken in GOATs.
Well, when I think about GOATs and how like decks would play relinquished just because adding cards to the hand to discard was pretty strong, and then I think that you could do that getting a +4 off of like an Ojama Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nutty. Imagine your opponent delinquent duos and you're like, Ojama Magic, fool.
Broken.
+3. Okay, this is my level 9 shenanigans deck.
Oh yeah, this is a classic.
Yeah.
I love this.
This is back before level 9s had their own archetype, essentially.
Yeah, boo. Ah, man. Prediction Princess Teratai is a card that's always on the cusp of doing something unfair, but just is too normal of a card to ever see any competitive success.
Yeah. It's the same thing with like the you know, Pot of the Forbiddens. Like, has the potential to be really good with Tarot Tray, but getting both out just a little difficult. Or Deus Ex Crawler, where it's just like one-sided skill drain. Enjoy. Have fun.
I will say this one, unfortunately, did not stand the test of time, as it's pretty reliant on Ib the World Chalice Justicar,
yeah.
which is banned as shit.
Yeah, just to like do anything, like that's half the point of the Rescue Rabbits and the... Yeah, it just... What was it? And Nightmare Mermaid, too. I did combos with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Back in the day, Nightmare Mermaid is a card that I don't think at printing people expected to be broken, because there wasn't obviously Nightmare Orchest out yet.
Yeah.
Ib the World Chalice Justicar was broken at release. It was like, oh, this is a mistake already. How could you have done this?
What? I didn't think it was that bad at the time, because all you could search was that thing that, like, it does let you special summon from... It's Monster Reborn, but, like, situational.
Yeah, World Legacy Succession or something.
Yeah. It's like you could search Succession, or you could search Monstrosity if you had level 9s.
World Legacy Bourgeois.
Yeah. Yeah, so this deck just dead.
It's unfortunate because goddamn Pot of Taboos is such a cool ass card.
It's such an interesting idea. And I really liked the sort of jankiness of having all the weird level 9s. What's that one, Idly? The level...
Idly.
Yeah. Where it's like, oh, did you just link... She's like a proto-Nibiru almost.
People really thought it was going to be Nibiru before Nibiru was released. They were like, this is going to undo Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like,
but
oh, what do you have? A bunch of level 8 links? There you go. And then people realize, like, yeah, if you have 2 link 4s, you probably have a monster negate.
Mm-hmm.
It
was good. Like... We're like, this is going to be great. By the time my opponent Gumblars me, I can activate this card. And it's like, you've got other problems, man.
Yeah. At that point, you have bigger problems. Well, plus then if they don't do that, if you're not playing against the Link deck, it's like, well, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. We have generators now. Play generators instead of this if you want to play rank level 9 monsters. Maybe,
It's just not the
maybe
same.
Tarot Tray generators. That might work. You'd
There's
always
one
have
person-
tribute fodder.
There's one person who enters the Quarantine series every month with Terate generators, and I wish them the best. They have not seen success.
They have not. Oh my god, I played Dino Wrestlers in 2019.
Oh, this is a classic. This one is actually not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's not really a Dino Wrestler deck.
Yeah. And like, there's Dino Wrestlers in it because Pankratops is crazy, and like, the level 4 is pretty good, and Colasot combos a little bit in Dino, but
Yeah.
like, it's a stretch. Yeah.
It's just worse dinos in most cases. I'm surprised though
Yeah.
that Beat Raptor never saw. So what did Beat Raptor do again? I remember that
It was like a negation card, right?
It's like
it
a
would like
floodgate,
negate
isn't
extra
it?
deck monsters.
Negate the effects of monsters. Oh, and the extra monster zone. Okay, that's why. Because no one uses the extra monster zone anymore. Why would they?
It was like people were like, you can get Appaloosa with this, and it's like, yeah, I'll just search my Beat Raptor under Appaloosa.
Yeah.
Let me just activate some monster effects.
We'll be fine. Yeah, but this version probably dead. You'd probably just want to play regular dinosaurs, especially now that because that was the big thing. Is like Pankratops at 3 was the only real advantage to playing Dino Wrestler Control, was you could just bring it back over and over again and keep summoning it, and that was like kind of something difficult to deal with. But
It was
as
like
it stands,
Pankratops was so good that you could play World Dino Wrestling in like random decks like Striker.
yeah, just
But
to send it.
now they're like, Dino is just playing a Pankratops, and if you're Giant Skyhawk, you're playing a Colasot for like Hauk combos, and that's the
Yeah.
extent of Dino Wrestlers.
And then like Quatless. Oh, I
Quatless.
forget. Do you watch the What a Deck very often, or do you just sort of like?
I do,
check?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you remember this episode? Because I ended up having a counter with how many times I opened with my one Quatless that I wanted
You
to
got
summon
to like
from the deck.
7, I think.
Yeah, I opened it like more than half the time. Like, what the
Ooh,
fuck?
man.
People were like,
Wallace is an asshole.
for 2 months afterwards, people were making jokes about like, so if you called Quatless back, it's clearly in love with you. I forget it. I
Oh
think
my
someone
God.
sent me one in the mail too. You know, if you had asked me like a couple weeks ago, I might be like, yeah, this is still a fairly decent Dragunity deck.
And then they released all the new Dragoonities.
And now it's like, just throw everything out, start over. I don't think you need to play cards of consonants anymore.
I unfortunately can't speak much to the quality of this deck because I have no goddamn idea what a Dragoonity is or does. I have avoided it so far.
It's pretty simple. It's just basically like you get a level 4 and then you equip Phalanx to it. And then Phalanx is just like, if it's equipped, you could special summon it. It's a tuner. And then they have like a level 6 synchro that equips it from the graveyard. And since it's not a hard once per turn, you just like summon the tuner, make a level 8. And then they have a level 8 that equips one from the graveyard. So you can summon it back and then make a level 10. And so it's
Cool.
just, all you do is just climb up the ladder. And
This has that like dumbass. It's a huge synchro.
Ascalon.
Ascalon.
Yeah. Let's see. You can banish one Dragoonity from your graveyard, target a monster, and banish it. And that's not once per turn.
Cool.
So it's just like a not once per turn targeting banishment. Not terrible going
That card's
second,
pretty good.
but not. These days you're gonna get negated before you ever get a chance to do that.
I can't wait to go. It's like, even if you're going second, the payoff is like you get to play evenly on Lightning Storm, and if those resolve, like banishing all your opponent's monsters isn't something that you can still really do.
Yeah,
It's like, I'll banish the one monster you kept. Gotcha.
there you go. But now they have a new one. I believe it negates, and it's the same level as like Ascalon. So
And they just give everyone a negate.
yep, everyone gets negates. Yeah, and I think, what was it? I forget if you can do some more combos with this, or if it's not. Where all the like the
Dux
non-tuners.
is a winged beast?
Yeah, Dux is a winged beast. Sonatus is a winged beast.
Sure.
So why not? Just go for it.
sometimes you get a Vanity's Fiend on your side of the field.
But yeah, as far as like if you wanted to play this deck, it still works, but you'd probably just want to wait till they get the new support and rebuild it. Oh, and Gemini is looking up all my win-loss records for these. Tied
5 for this
5
one.
and 5.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I used to consider that like a success, and now I'm like, I usually go like 7 and 3.
Yeah.
So 5
Maybe
and 5
it's the
is like...
quality of Edo Proers has decreased.
Yeah. Possibly. I couldn't possibly.
So this is pretty close. This one's actually real close.
Oh, is it?
The things that Musket has changed is it's occasionally played with Mech Knight, and it's occasionally played. They play a blind second with like Storms and Evenlies and shit you couldn't have possibly predicted.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to go first, like Musket plus Ties is pretty much as good as you're going to get. And you are correct in, assessing which ones are actually good cards.
Yeah.
Starfire, Kid Brave, Doc, Caspar, nothing else.
Well, I played the one Yugioh.
Well, you have to. He's too funny.
I forget there's something that summons him. Oh yeah, you could summon him from the deck with what's his name? The Link.
Yeah.
Where it's like most people though, this was before Utopia the Lightning, or not Utopia, the Utopia Double. That's what most people do these days. It's like if you want to close out games, just make Utopia Double. And I was like, nah, Yugioh plus something else.
I do like Musket, but the deck is just... If you force your Musket opponent to go first, you just take the win.
Yeah, unless they open with Ties.
They will board into Ties to be like, oh, well, they're going to make me go first, and I have to win somehow.
Might as well.
Oh, I like Eccentric. That's really cute.
Yeah, because it works for both. I think you can use it as like link material and stuff, and then because it's light. There was some. Oh yeah, it's a level 3 light, so you can use it with Ties of the Brethren.
Yeah,
to get your other
were
two.
On one of the little ones.
Yeah,
it's a Fiend, right?
Yeah, it's a Fiend. So you can get Caspar and Doc. And then you can also use it as a spell trap to trigger the effects if you really need to in an emergency.
It looks like chat's saying you win 9-1 on this one. That's unsurprising. This is actually a very good deck.
This was right when the Link was new too, so a lot of people didn't know how to like play around it, or they didn't negate it and stuff. They didn't know exactly what it did.
I mean, there's really no way to play around that asshole. If you resolve his effect, you just win. I've never seen a card that reads more you win than that one.
Just add as many cards as you want from your deck to your hand. You lose if you cannot be targeted like Avramax. Oh yeah, Buster stuff.
Oh jeez. I mean, this is probably as good as it's gonna get, but
yep, the dang old
looking at these
instant
decks
fusion
just hurts my soul.
Yeah. This was super. I think this was a Patreon request, which is why I did it, even though it was like super linear. They've gotten better. Their new Link is like everything they needed, and Union Carrier and Halka-Fibrax make this better too.
There was actually someone who topped their like adjusted list. They topped it with Buster Blader, and it was like they used their normal on A-lister, of course, but the joke was that Prologue is the most broken card in the history of time, and it turns out that was true.
I'm trying to remember which Prologue's the one trap, right? Oh,
yeah, it sends the fusion and it gets the guy out. It just does everything on its own. It's a one-card combo.
It like sends. Yeah, there we go. Send one destruction card, take one Buster Blader from your deck. Special summon it.
Cool.
Yeah. It just I remember that was just the thing. It's like, oh, if you can get this, or you can get Trap Trick. And it's like, oh hey, you get your fusion and you get your synchro. I think the synchro like dies in 2 turns or something.
Oh no. Oh, not
But
Buster Dragon dies like the turn after, but can be special summoned by the rest of the deck. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's why I was playing this fucking crazy ass World Legacy card. Or no, it's not properly synchro summoned, I don't believe.
That's the Duel Link staple.
Yeah. But it was like you could banish it and then you miss the timing on it. So then it would come back. It's
like an interdimensional matter transport type shit.
Something like that. MBT can't say PP? I'm pretty sure he can, if he wanted to.
Oh, the headphones.
Oh.
Essentially,
let me see real quick. I'm also checking.
Designed to make your opponent stop. Psy-frame Garnet, 1 Buster Garnet, the destruction something.
Okay, yeah. This is where I started doing the funny names. I was just seeing if I was still going through with them. It's so weird seeing how like my tactics evolved with the profiles and everything. When we were working at the first one, I was like, "Hi, this is Hardleg Joe here for the deck profile of episode 168. Let me read you the cards that you can clearly see." I think at some point, I know 10-minute testing kind of inspired me to, at the beginning, sort of like explain what the deck does before I go into the deck list. Because that's kind of what you do. You're always like, here's it in a snappy 2-second word, and then I'll go through the deck list and then go into more detail. Let's see. Odd Eyes Beatdown. Okay, so this is my better Odd Eyes deck.
This is pretty normal.
Yep. Although
we don't have some of these cards yet, do we? No, we do. It's Revolution we like.
Yeah. I didn't play Revolution specifically because
that's some bullshit, by the way. Give us Revolution, Konami.
Konami just doesn't want America to have a revolution.
No, maybe that's the reason. It's being stopped by the United States government.
Yeah.
This is... Yeah, Odd Eyes is one of those Pendulum decks that was never really playable outside of, like, Odd Eyes Magician, which was literally just playing the one Odd Eyes.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, a Noble Dragon or something. But, I mean, the cards are so good. Like, Phantom and Persona and Arc are insane, and it never tops.
It's just weird, because I feel like you should have seen someone steal, like, a regional at some point. Just because people didn't know what it did, and because it could OTK. Because it's just like, you could hit them with Phantom, and then main phase 2 go into, like, Gatling Ghoul or something, and they're like, wait, what? This does how much burn damage?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've lost a ton at my locals to this pretty much exact strategy.
Huh.
And while we have lost Electromite, this deck never, like, really
needed Electromite, yeah.
I mean, it was good, but the other problem with this deck is, like, the hands where you open Sky Iris feel absolutely unlosable.
Yeah.
And the hands where you don't open Sky Iris feel like you are playing a dog shit version of Pendulum Magician.
I'm wondering if, like, these days it would be worth to play, like, a metaverse. Because Sky Iris protects your cards from being, like, targeted, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. It's just so slow in an aggro deck.
Yeah. Because this is something you really want to go second and kind of, like, OTK with. If possible. That's why I have, like, the evenly matched, but I'm like, this card's going to be banned in a couple months.
And it was, famously.
Oh, yeah. If you forgot about that, it was banned, and then they're like, fuck, why did we do this? It's so weird. If you had told me, like, 2 years ago that there was a card that would banish everything on your opponent's field except for one card, and it was, like, not even played in most decks because it wasn't good enough, I'd be like, whoa, what?
I would say most people are playing it in the board, but it's been in, like, very few main decks.
Yeah. And it's even if you wouldn't necessarily side it against, like, every deck, I don't think.
Oh, no. I would say it's very funny that this card exists and is, like, the second or third best card for blind seconding after, like, Lightning Storm and,
Nibiru.
Like, I don't know, Nibiru, maybe. That's arguable.
Yeah. But yeah, this is still, I mean, at this point, this is, let me look at the date on this. Yeah, this is about a year ago exactly.
Oh, Chad actually has a pretty good idea about this. The deck doesn't really need its normal, so you could just play Planet Pathfinder.
That's what I was saying about the Elemental Saber deck. It's like, that might work.
Yeah.
This might work, yeah. Get out the, because you don't really need the, whatever these pendulum sorcerers or whatever.
Chronograph.
Yeah. I don't know why I was playing Chronograph.
Well, it makes Electromite, you gotta.
Oh, yeah. That's, now I remember. Electromite combos. So
you were playing a lot of dipshit cards to make Electromite back in the day.
Pendulo Senjus.
Ah, man. This has inspired hordes of people on my channel to try and hit me with this exact garbage, and folks, it's just not very good.
No. There's like a little sliver of potential where there's something you could do with it just because Diebeck can bounce your own cards.
Yeah.
I feel like there's someone out there could find a way to break this, and I just don't have the time to spend theory crafting on Yosenjus.
I mean, you read the Mayo Senjus, and they look like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then you read, like, the surrounding cards, and you're like, these are in the wrong archetype. Who put these here? These were meant to be Pendulum Magicians, and then there was a printing error.
Oh, hey, thanks for following, number unknown. Snap. The weirdest thing about this, I remember at the time being like, oh, you can use Nibiru and then send it back to your hand to use it again. As if you're going to be in the position to use a bunch of Nibirus turn after turn.
Finally, I can Nibiru my own board.
Hey! Nibiru was new at the time. It had the little plus on it. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
More copies of L's and R's? No. Those are like the worst.
The more L's you play, the more L's you collect.
Yeah. Plus they've got that spell that like searches them, so why do you don't need it anymore. Now that you're here, we're having better conversation, but I forgot the thing I was supposed to be rating. Like, yeah, a year later,
shit.
can still work, still does stuff. I don't think I would update this in any way. If you want to play the Yo Senjus, this is a decent version. Maybe put in the Dark Ruler no more instead of the Nibiru, though. Okay. Oh, yeah. Tifos. Tenyi Metal Foes.
I will keep my mouth shut about this deck. The goal was like the metal foes are normal, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty good.
Metal foes are normal. Well, the big thing about them was Super Poly had just come to like 3.
Yeah.
And all the metal foe fusions are like a metal foe plus 2 monsters with 3,000 or more attack. So
It's
you could just
sort
like
of lethal.
normal summon. I think I did this to Kamina Cat. He had this on he made like Appaloosa plus Red Dragon Archfiend plus Titanic Galaxy. And I just normal summon a metal foe, discard what's that, the Tenyi, that Vishuda.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah,
yes.
discard Vishuda with Super Poly to get rid of 2 of the monsters, and then use Vishuda to send his Red Dragon back to the hand. It's like, there you go, 1 board broken, hold the onions. 2 card combo, who even needs it, or 3 card combo. But I got 2.5. I still think there's some potential here. Obviously, Tenyi are like way better now that they've got that Link 4.
Tenyi are, yeah, it's a very capable deck. When people are always like, I'm a no player, I don't want to spend more than $40, what should I buy? I'm like, Tenyi, it is unironically extremely good. I do think like you could still play metal foes and like cheese people with the counter trap and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably changing this deck would just involve like putting a couple of like meta relevant super poly targets in the extra and shaving copies of the field spell.
Oh, you don't think the field? I thought the field spell was still like really great.
Like pretty much no Tenyi decks play it, but it's cool like as a one of, like a searchable one of it. I guess I don't know. It's hit or miss because it draws you so many fewer Tenyis, but it is cool to not have to worry about targeting.
Yeah, to not have to worry about monster. You're immune from all monster effects.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but it's only your non-effect monsters, not your Tenyi monsters.
Right.
So yeah, if you're playing the effect ones, yeah, I kind of feel like if I do this next year, I probably won't play Tifos, but I'll probably play like pure Tenyis, and then see if I can make some sort of like, I don't know, metal foe Shadals.
Ooh. That's cute. Metal foes at their release, they were just jammed in fucking everything.
Yeah.
Osmo, Yang Zing. People were like, destroy my own cards? Yes, sir.
Let's go for it. Well, it's just the idea, like, if you have metal foes plus Shadals, and then you just run on, like, Super Poly with, like, Verte Anaconda, and just make, like, Super Poly the deck. It's like, it doesn't matter what you have. I'll Super Poly you, and then I'll make Verte, and then I'll Super Poly again.
Broken. Zero Crimes, I do actually like no Mare in this list. It's just like, it's another brick in a deck that's kind of trying to do a couple of things at the same time.
Yeah. I think I said at I think in the profile I actually say, like, I didn't realize Mare was this good until, like, the day before I started recording. But I'm like, yeah, there's no reason not to play it. I'm just not playing it because I don't know the combos.
The current deck is very much like, it's like that falling building with the like stakes holding it up, and the stakes are like Vanity's Fiend and Mare.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh, this one. Oh Jesus. 44. You just wanted to see people suffer.
What was the win-loss ratio on this? If someone can look it up.
Too high. Anything over 1 is too high.
I think I broke even on it at least.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, thanks Ghost Trick. I wasn't gonna do it, and then they released Ghost Trick Fairy, and I was like, they gave us new support. Yeah, I went 5 and 5 at least. There we go. I didn't play Toll Hike in here though. Interesting.
Zero crimes. I played it because I was on Pure Tenny. Man, this is... God, I just have nothing to say about this list other than how could you?
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, if you want to play Ghost Tricks, there you go. It probably works. You could probably put Quaking Mirror Force in here now instead of like Needle Stealing, since there's not as many links. If you wanted to, but sometimes, yeah, that'd probably be better because destroying shit is just gonna float these days. Everyone wants to be in the graveyard. But if you just get your what's it called? If they have like a Golden Lord and you burying Mirror Force, do they have any way to like get it off the field?
Tribute summon another one. I don't know.
It's a level 10. They'd need like 2 other monsters on the field.
Well, they could like summon a trap card, I guess. No.
Yeah, I guess, and then tribute summon for another one. That's a lot of effort to go through.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost Trick is Ghost Trick is Ghost Trick.
Yeah.
Time rolls by, and this deck never ceases to be as annoying as it always was.
It's one of the few people like, oh, when are you gonna play Weathery again? I'm like, never if I can help it.
Oh God, Weathery is such a fun deck. I assume I'm still playing the first game I ever tried with it.
Like, what? For some reason, Weathery and Ghost Tricks are both in that same, where it's like, yeah, I guess I'm not doing anything for the next couple hours. I'll play a game of Ghost Trick. I'll play a game of Weather Painters. Why not?
It's like it's one of those decks where, like, yeah, Konami could release cards to push this archetype and make it potentially meta relevant. There are a lot of cards like Lantern and Jiangshi that are kind of crying out to be broken. Like, do you really want Ghost Trick to be a tiered meta deck?
No.
Really?
No. I remember it won like an OCG regional one time when it first came out because no one knew how to play around it.
Months of locals.
Yeah. Okay, Evil Heroes Unchained. Nothing banned in it, but pure Unchained work these days?
So since Sasha Rama was released, pure Unchained has actually become incredibly okay. It's probably like the 7th or 8th best deck right now. It's fine. It's honestly fine.
It's just
for what it's worth,
something to like mix with.
I do like the idea of throwing something like Evil Heroes in here. Unfortunately, this particular deck will never see the light of day because no person on Earth is paying $9 billion to own 3 copies of a Dusted Gold.
I think I literally call it like 3 bars of gold when I'm playing here. Because I think they're still like $90 each, aren't they?
Coder One Tricks Unchained. I think I don't know why. Because in life he was a true bastard and sent to hell to push a rock up a hill for all of eternity. And you know, Unchained is that effectively.
Yeah.
I don't hate this though. I mean, this is pretty much what you'd expect from Unchained.
I wonder, like, now I'm thinking like Metal Foe Unchained, but that because you could destroy your own stuff, but that doesn't like Metal Foe doesn't really add anything to the deck, does it?
No, this was the problem. Is like the Unchained cards float when they're destroyed, and everyone hears that and goes, "Oh my god, I'm mixing it with XYZ." But they want to be destroyed by their own. Yeah,
it just doesn't work nearly as well. There's very few cards. We have a bunch of cards that destroy their own stuff, but very few that like destroy face down cards. So it's like you can't trigger the spells and traps and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do. The one thing I really remember enjoying about this is that you could like activate Nibiru, and then Nibiru with Evil Heroes. Because you can make Dark Gaia with Nibiru in the graveyard since it's a rock.
So dumb.
And it's like 5,000 or something like that.
I remember watching this one and being so frustrated that you were winning games at all.
Evil Bane is just so strong on his own. A lot of people aren't prepared for it.
Oh, he's so broken.
I don't think he's broken. He's just people aren't ready for him.
He's definitely not good. But like in a vacuum, you read him and you go, "What the?"
He's literally like big, strong, spiky Marshmallow, and there's still just some decks that they run into something that they can't be destroyed by battle, and they're like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I had 2 things of removal and I already used it. Thank you, AA Battery 10 for the sub. He gifted a sub.
The inverse. I think the top hat 212.
The top hat.
Gifting.
Thank you. I'm glad. I don't know anything about Twitch. You're the Twitch person.
Twitch sucks. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah. I had 40. Oh hey, this is that time I got to pretend to be DZ for a second. Someone requested that I do Altergeist, and I remember going back and forth on Patreon like, why? Why would you want me to do? What am I gonna add that like? There's already been people theory crafting this deck for like years. I'm not gonna do anything.
You did put Storming in here and just ruin my life.
Yeah, I love Storming Mirror Force. It's so great.
Don't play this deck, folks. If not because of the Stormings, because you can now just jam more copies of Multi-Faker.
Yep. I think this is the one where I first did the rap. 1 second.
Extra deck.
Oh yeah, this is the inaugural rap episode.
Professional spooning. This is Multi-Faker. It's your main playmaker. If it's in your hand and you activate a trap, it summons to the field and it does a lot of crap. Pulls another Altergeist straight out of the deck. Usually so quidious, it's got a quick effect. Targets 2 cards, one of theirs, one Geist.
Yeah. You get the idea. That's the only thing good that came out of this. I don't think anyone wanted this deck. I don't think anyone super enjoyed this deck. Just like, hey,
I like Haunted Rock. Haunted Rock's cool. People figured out a way to do Haunted Rock combos. That was funny.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I don't know what they are. I will not learn them.
Yeah, I don't know. Altergeist is one of those decks where, like, in another world, in another universe where I didn't become a Yugi tuber, I could see this being like my main deck. Because I'm the kind of person who likes to just, like, after 2 turns, be like, go ahead, peasant, try and play. But I play so much that, like, I just actually want to play out games.
Ooh.
It's the same thing with, like, I feel like, Guru's kind of the same way. Where it's just like you flip 2 floodgates, and then you're like, I got 2 negates and 2 floodgates.
Well, the good news with Guru is that you do get to play a lot of games that last a long time because the deck is not good.
It used to be a little good, wasn't it? For a short time.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of competitive success with Guru. I topped a lot of regionals with that, but like, boy, it is just a deck whose time has come and gone.
Oh, what's that? Maybe I should try it out then. I remember.
I think people are playing it with a bunch of dumb shit right now, like Dolce. They're gonna play it with Dragoon when Dragoon comes out.
Yeah, I just remember in the last retrospective I did, I went over when I was going over all the decks. I was like, oh yeah, this is my Subterror deck. I'll probably play it. I've heard there's a lot of good stuff when Guru comes out. If it's not meta, I'll probably play it.
And lo and behold,
as soon as it came out, it was like, phew. Not that it was like ever the best deck, but too meta for my blood. Let's see. Oh,
I watched this video and swore off making the Arrow TMT people demanded.
There we go. When was this? I'm making sure I don't go into... Okay, we're still in November. We're almost done.
This deck. Oh man, this deck fucks. I'm not gonna lie. This deck absolutely fucks. Extremely cool deck. I do think you kind of beat it to death. I'm like, there's really nothing else I would want to see from an Aramage deck.
Well, there's some people who still play it as like super big combo deck with like Rika. Like,
good luck to them.
Yeah, if you get the perfect 5-card hand, you could make like 7 negates or something like that.
I have watched like Aramage combo tutorials on YouTube, and they're like, so here's the line if you open these 5 cards, and I'm like, okay, good luck. Yeah, memorize that.
So I don't know, Aramage, it's a really neat mechanic. I wish there'd be more stuff with like life points.
Yeah, like life points matters is really cool. I do like it a lot in Duel Links too, and like Ancient Leaf is a cool playoff. The 3 effect wind card, Humid, I think, is insane.
Yeah.
It's Evil Thorn is broken.
I'm still waiting for the day. Evil Thorn, like, if anything gets banned on this, probably Evil Thorn at some point. If they ever make a really good plant link monster.
Maybe Lone Fire.
Oh, yeah, or Lone Fire. Yeah, Blessed Winds, pretty great.
Charlie's Angels.
So strong.
And Dry... I can't believe, like, I played this deck, like, 3 years in a row, and, like, it wasn't until this year that I got the second effect of Dried Winds. Where it's like, just destroy everything! Like, thank you, EDO
Okay.
Pro. I didn't even know that was possible. Just suddenly I'm like, wait, why can't I activate this? I haven't gained life points. Like, oh. Time for some trickery. Okay. Let's see, what's... And I think this might be the last one?
This is Lernoid?
Yeah, Lernoid. But, yeah, this was another one. It was like this and the, whatchamacallit, happened at the same time. Or around the same time. The Altergeist. Someone's like, I want you to play a meta deck.
Classic Hardleg. I'm gonna be your patron and demand that you play Adamancipator.
Yeah.
I'll send you a list. I'll be like, no text.
Actually, that's why I played Adamancipator when I did. But to be fair, at the time when he requested it, no one thought it was going to be meta.
I think people thought it was gonna be like meta, but like
I remember...
Of course, it turned out it was unbeatable.
I remember specifically Simo was kind of like, their things are a little random. You got all these eggs in your hand. I'm not so sure about it.
Literally, make fun of Simo every time you see him for that. It is unbelievable. Like, anyone who thought it was not going to be playable is insane. And that is him specifically, I think.
To be fair, he's like the only like meta person I really keep up with. So if he says something, I'm like, yeah, that's what the meta thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lair Infernoid.
Just as normal.
Yeah, it works. It's I think the only thing that's really different between mine and like the version that topped was I didn't have Pot of Extravagance because this was a budget version.
Yeah.
And I only played one Tierra. I think they usually play like 2. I think they usually play higher, better links like Boral Sword and stuff.
I don't like... I'm not in love with your... like the ratios on the noids, but like, who cares? That's just like splitting hairs.
Yeah.
It's pretty much normal.
Some people like one Anuchu and one Deviati. I don't like the fact that if they get banished, I'm just like, fuck.
I guess the biggest change here is that this is no longer a budget deck, since Dragma Hype has pushed Ntis to Bitcoin levels of profitability.
Interesting. I didn't know. Yeah. When do Dragmas come out? That's pretty soon, right?
It's actually in like... it's the next main set, so I think it's in like a month.
As someone in the chat, remember when people tried playing the Adamancipator field spell?
I don't think I ever took the field spell seriously, but I did take the counter trap seriously. I was like, it's a counter trap. It's Orcus Crescendo.
What?
You gotta play it.
Yeah. I think your build did have the field spell. But mine played 3 of the counter trap and like 3 of the other trap too. The one that like destroys cards.
I'm gonna give you a look under the hood real quick. I play a significant amount of the cards in TMTs because people in the comments will yell at me for not playing them. If you ever see an unsynergistic archetypal card at 1 that's unsearchable in my deck, I'm like, I'm playing it so you won't yell at me. I'm sorry.
No, but see that gets you more interaction if they're yelling at you in the comments.
No, my metrics have tanked ever since being in.
I used to theorize that Dual Logs mispronounces the names of cards in his videos so bad just so he can get more comments.
It's a genius strategy. I've adopted it.
I used to think that for the longest time because like, there's no way you could mispronounce it that bad. And then lately, apparently, he's been like asking people and like having people double check his pronunciation. It's like, I guess but yeah. Either way, budget Lair Infernoids, still legal, still can be played. I think that's the last one, because then you... Oh, wait, no, I guess this was the end. This was the last one. Because this was the Christmas episode.
This is so sad. God, this is so sad.
Had to cap it off.
So cool.
I love Kristrans. Crystron's is so great.
If only this was the extent of needle fiber.
Yep. If only it summoned a Crystron tuner. That's all they had to do. Or just be like, you can only synchro summon for the rest of the turn. I don't know why they didn't think about that. But I guess Jet... Nothing in here banned yet, but Jet Synchron probably. Or wait, is Glow Up Bolt banned now?
Gub is... Oh, is it? Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Glow Up Bolt, probably Jet Synchron, take those out.
Synchron's... it's soon.
Is there another way to easily make Hulk?
Oh yeah, there's a million. You can play righty driver and lefty driver. You can just normal Jet still until it's banned inevitably.
Yeah.
You can do Deskbot 003 into 001. Quick Draw does it.
Yep. So you think they're gonna end up just banning Hulk outright?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be for another couple of formats, but like, I do think probably like, I'm gonna say the last format of 2021 they're gonna ban Hulk.
It's just weird. How come like the OCG can just thank you for the bits, Gemini. How come the OCG can keep it at 1 and they aren't having all the same degenerate combos that we are?
OCG has a lot of the same degenerate combos we already did. I'll just Google the metagame real quick.
Because I thought their metagame was just like whatever plus Dragoon, and they weren't wasting their time on like Borreload Savage combos. Oh, Max C, that's why.
Oh, so yeah, Max C helps, but it's like in the OCG, the top deck is Orcust, which is like 30% of the meta, and then it's Eldritch, which is like 20. Like, yes, Hulk is a good card, not as strong as the unnerfed version of these crazy ass control decks.
Interesting. I thought, didn't they hit like Skeleton or something on the Orcust? I thought they lost some Orcust stuff that we did.
You only need one skeleton. For some reason, OCG still has Harp Horror, so they can just do whatever they want.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and that just summons from the deck. Just have fun. But yeah, Crystrons, enjoy Crystrons while you can. They're certainly good. They'll certainly be good, hopefully for at least another year, hopefully.
The problem is you have to read, which is antithetical to the Yugist philosophy.
You have to read at the beginning, but eventually you just like memorize the cards, or at least you think you do, and then you go to activate one and you don't understand why, and you forgot that you forgot something. It's just how that happens sometimes. Oh, they semi-limited Galatea.
Oh, cool! Thank you. What a meaningful hit. Oh, great!
Amazing. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I think that's it for 2019. Oh yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, I named this 2020, but it came out in the end of 2019. So there's every What a Deck in 2019. Lots of stuff that I maybe should go back and visit. Lots of stuff that I'm probably not going to go back and visit. But I think more, I should have probably counted. Previously I counted. Did anyone in chat keep count of how many decks avoided the ban list entirely? No? Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Probably should have asked someone to do. This is very sort of ad-libbed. Just sort of like my computer died and I had to get a new one, so I couldn't make the What a Deck this week. So here's what you get instead. But,
this is classic Hardleg content, though.
Especially with now that you came on, I appreciate you helping me out here, just sort of adding more commentary to it. Yeah. That's what people like, just riffing. It's too many Yugi-tubers are just really professional all the time.
Oh yeah.
That's why
the riff never ends.
The riff
never I'm going to make dinner for myself.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you in the chat for keeping things interesting. And thank you on YouTube for watching. Until next time, good luck.
And please, God, read the Crystron cards.
That'll work.